How does a universe of motion work with charges? All right, that is the question for today. That's the question for number 94 on the list of the 144 fractal faculties of the Tree of Life. If you'd like to get a free copy of my guide to the 144 fractal faculties of the Tree of Life, annotated, just click the link in the description. I'll send that out to you for free. It's a good, just a guide that you can use while you watch these videos and my other videos, just to be able to have all the stuff like right in front of you and to be able to compare and contrast different things, refer back, and just to help you learn the Tree of Life. And then also, if you'd like to kind of brush up on your Tree of Life, just watch my video called Tree of Life and Introduction, and that'll get you up to speed enough to be able to follow along on all these videos. Okay, now number 94 that we're looking at. Now this is the Tree of Life. You can think of it as a map of our consciousness. And each one of these circles or spheres here is an aspect of our consciousness or a faculty of our consciousness. There are 12 of these, 10 numbered 1 through 10, and then the abyss right here and the 0 above the tree. Number 94 is located in the abyss. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. That's where we are for today. And the abyss is one of our 12 faculties of consciousness. It corresponds to our faculty of our psychic powers. And mainly our psychic powers boil down to our psychic receptivity and our psychic heat. And this works basically upon omens. Okay, so this is a field of magnetic charges. And an omen is a magnetic charge, a field of a magnetic charge, or the omen is the magnetic charge. And then when we step into the field, we sense that omen or the synchronicity or this uncanniness, this anomalousness, this thing that happens that's very far off the beaten path of the realm of probability. Like, so it's very, very improbable occurrence. A series of recurring numbers or names or themes that is no longer, kind of random. It's beyond random. It's to the point of being highly improbable, enough so that it triggers in your mind something that's like, wow, that was really weird. And now our psychic receptivity is our ability to recognize that that is important, that these omens are really the language that the universe or the higher self uses to communicate important information to us. And so our psychic receptivity is activated. So when we experience that omen, we can either be unreceptive to it and just say, oh, that was weird, whatever, or we can say, wow, that was really weird. I need to pay attention to this. This is something important for me to experience, and more or less to kind of look for clues about what to do about that omen. And if we look for those clues, then we will uncover a path of action to take to capitalize on that omen. And that is really our psychic heat, is our ability to be able to act upon the omen. So the receptivity is to be able to recognize the importance of the omen, and the psychic heat is the ability to act upon it. And many times acting upon the omen requires heat or courage, because uh, it requires us to put ourselves out there, to expose our vulnerability to something. The act that is required often, brings attention to ourselves in a way where it's like, what is that person doing? Why is that person doing that? Um, and so, other people might talk about us or something like that if we act upon the omen. Okay, so that's really where we are located here in this abyss with the psychic powers. Now, to go from the 12 aspects of the tree of life to the 144 fractal faculties of the tree of life, what we're doing is we're basically taking the tree of life and taking it to the second power, meaning we are taking the whole tree, all 12 aspects, and we're shrinking it down to the small size that it fits on to each one of the original 12. So we're taking 12 by 12, that equals 144. So the ninth sphere, for example, we end up with a mini 10th sphere and a mini ninth sphere and a mini 8th sphere and a mini 7th sphere, all within this ninth sphere. And the same with the abyss. We have a mini 10th sphere and a mini ninth sphere and a mini 8th sphere and so on, all within the abyss. And when we're talking about number 94, what we're talking about is the second fractal, or the second mini sphere within the abyss. So the second fractal of the abyss is the number 94. And the second sphere generally corresponds to our wisdom faculty, our ability to solve problems, our ability to kind of see into the future and to be able to come up with solutions, to be able to come up with solutions for other people. And it has to do with generally with shutting the mind off instead of thinking about it. By shutting the mind off, we allow all the possibilities to emerge. When we're just thinking about it, like at the A sphere, then we only think about what is probable. But here we think of all the contingencies, and or we don't think of them; they arise. And this is a visual faculty. Whereas the third sphere is really audio, like verbal, auditory, that what we hear. Where the second sphere has to do with seeing. We're able to see the solutions to our problems. And so those different aspects are what we're talking about here in the number 94, which is called directions and dynamics. Stage number 94 is about how the magnetic and electric motions manifest in the physical. We cannot see fields, but we can see their effects on objects. Magnetic field lines run around the poles, the charges, in circular patterns. Positive valence atoms tend to be paramagnetic, which include the ferromagnetic elements that occupy rows 3A and 4A on the periodic table, with a positive valence of 6 or more. There are 4 kinds of motion in a universe of motion: translation, rotation, vibration, and rotational vibration. Translation, rotation, vibration, and rotational vibration. A charge is a rotational vibration. Charges can be electric or magnetic. Electric current is actually uncharged electricity and is a rotating unit of space, not a rotational vibration. The electric current itself has to be vibrated to turn it into a charge. Voltage is the ratio between charged and uncharged electrons or electricity. Electricity is pressure-based, exactly like the plumbing in our homes. Electric current and electric voltage are used to do the orienting of atoms. Inductance and capacitance are measurable properties of this atomic orientation, kind of like a polarization of light. Dielectric lines, or those of an electric charge, extend from the point of the charge outward, radially, in a radius, while magnetic lines, the lines from the charge, the field lines of a magnetic charge, are circumferential. They run around the charges, the poles, in asymmetrical figure eights in the shape of a torus. The ferromagnetic charge is like interfering when there is novelty but not yet smoothing, meaning action but not yet reaction. So that means that the two A and B notations of an atom are unbalanced, because they go one at a time. So you can have 2 and 1, and then it's 2 and 2, and then it's 3 and 2, and then it's 3 and 3, and then it's 4 and 3, and then it's 4 and 4. The magnetic charge is only operative when that A number, the first number, is different from this, is higher than that second number. So when it's 2-1 or 3-2 or 4-3, actually really only 3-2 or 4-3. Or really, yes, okay. Action but not yet reaction of the two-dimensional rotations. It will exist until there is smoothing and the atom becomes another atom, one higher row on the periodic table. Iron is by far the strongest magnet. It, from the first eligible position, meaning further valence serves to dilute the magnetism. Ferromagnetic charge has crossed into the time region across the Curie point. Ferromagnetic charge affects only an appendage of the atom, the positive valence, so it is diluted over only 2 dimensions rather than 3. Since the ferromagnetic charge is external to the main body of the atom, it affects an appendage of the atom, which is really more like a foreign element. All charges are rotational vibrations. Electric charge is one-dimensional. Magnetic charge is two-dimensional, where one of the rotational vibrations in a magnetic charge is in the dimension of the reference system, and the other is in a perpendicular dimension. Electrically charged particles, or beta particles, moving through gravitational fields also gain magnetic properties. Okay, that's what I got here for number 94, the second fractal of the abyss, magnetic directions and dynamics. And we will have more to say about all this stuff as we move into the unit on the reciprocal system, which hopefully will be coming up after we get through these 144 fractal faculties. and hopefully we'll be able to flesh this out a little bit fuller and gain a better understanding. Not just you, but me too. And okay, so thanks for sticking around for the end of the video. If you'd like to get that copy of the free guide to the 144 fractal faculties, just click the link in the description and I'll send that out to you for free. Also, if you care to donate to the project, just look for my Cash App or my Venmo in the description, and you can support the project. Help me out, and I appreciate that very much. Stay tuned for future videos in this series. Number 95 will be rolling out probably tomorrow, possibly today, but more likely tomorrow. Other videos in this series hopefully will roll out sometime soon. I'm going to try to do another workout video here coming up soon. And I'm getting this unit on the reciprocal system. I'm trying to get that prepared along with other research. So stay tuned on this channel. Big things will be happening, even though they haven't yet. So just be patient. I'm just trying to lay down the groundwork. If we can learn the tree of life to a point of fluency, then all these other subjects become that much easier, because we have a kind of a filing cabinet. We have a schema to be able to store all this kind of complicated information. The information itself isn't all that complicated. It's more a matter of kind of unlearning things and then being able to relearn them. And it seems complicated because a lot of the stuff flies in the face of stuff that we learned in school. But if we are able to kind of have that safety net of the tree of life, then it becomes easier. So hang in there, and these things will all get better. So just stay tuned for future videos. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.